Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Serbian farm. Alright, as you can see, our sunflowers are ready to go. So as I mentioned in the last episode, if we didn't make enough money on time, I would borrow, which is going to be the case. So let's hop into our combine here. So we have both of our combines sitting here at the moment, ready to be sold. Let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, 6,000, 9,000, 595, and you can't sell this, I don't know why, but so we're at $315,000. Alright, so that means we do need to borrow. So if we look at our combines to see how much prices are, or what the price is, I should say. So we're going to go straight for the big boy here. We're going to go straight to the class Lexion 780 TerraTrack, which is $380,000. So let's go ahead and borrow the full amount. Let's just go all out. Actually, I don't think we need the full amount. Let's stop there. So let's go ahead and buy the combine because I'm tired of using the small combine. Alright, class Lexion 780 TerraTrack. Purchase. So because we do have sunflowers, we need a corn cutter. So this is the Dutes 12,045 RTS corn cutter, which should theoretically work with the sunflowers as well, although we're a bit short. So let's go ahead and borrow another 10 grand, 15 grand. Let's go ahead and buy this corn cutter, which should theoretically work. Alright, so this is not the standard corn cutter. This is actually a, I think it's 13 meter. I should double check that. I think it's 13 meter. No, 12 meter. 12 meter corn head. It doesn't look fancy like the, I've never actually bought the 780 on a Let's Play, so let's take a quick look around it. It looks exactly like the 770. It's only $10,000 more. It looks good. The one thing that's really nice, I believe Dirt Tibbers just loves about this particular one, is it has the fan. Let's check it out. There you go. It's got the fan. It looks pretty. Also, the exhaust system in this is pretty cool too. It has the dynamic exhaust. So when you are moving quickly, it does produce a little bit more exhaust. So we've gone and put ourselves, how much in debt? We have a $135,000 loan. Now, I know for a fact that, let's just pick up the head here. Does it not work? No, it should work. That would be annoying, eh? There we go. Scared myself there for a second. So I know for a fact that sunflowers is coming up in great demand very soon. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy fired up and start harvesting already. Oh, that's a big head. Alright, so I'll do it. So I can't take the normal route over the railway tracks there because I don't think this will fit. No, I don't think it'll fit. So I'm going to take a little bit of a side route here. And I wouldn't normally do this, but for the sake of this head, I'm just going to go over right here. Apparently we missed a spot with our planting. Well, that's okay. And this has wither wheels on it. Wow. Can't believe I just did that. So let's go ahead and fire this up. Oh, it's got... I didn't realize... No, it doesn't. Oh, it does have the sound from inside. Nice. So this isn't one of the nice... Oh, and there it goes. It does work. Good. So this doesn't have the nice class header that... that works nicely with the, it doesn't have the nice, I should say, the nice graphic, like the other corn headers do for the classes, but it does take a 12 meter swath, as opposed to a, I don't know, 8 row, I guess it is. I don't know how many rows this would be. I'm not sure. I think it would be quite a bit, actually. Let's see. 12 meters worth. I don't want to count. Alright, so we're going to harvest some sunflowers. I almost said soybeans there. We did soybeans last time. So we're harvesting some sunflowers. So we did put ourselves in debt a little bit here. But that's okay because we'll probably make a lot of it back when we go and sell some of these sunflowers. So what I'll probably do is after this, I will probably plant some. I'll probably plant some corn, perhaps, because that's the other thing we can harvest with this particular head. And after that, we might actually just pay for this right off the bat. We'll see. For some reason, I was looking for the cameras on the side of the head there, but it doesn't have it on this particular combine. Well, with this particular head, I should say. So I don't know much about sunflowers, to be honest with you. I looked online earlier in the week actually about sunflowers and what it actually looked, what the Harvard combine with a head actually looked like. I did find a combine head that would work with sunflowers, and it wasn't like this. It was more like the regular combine head that we have in the game, but instead of having like multiple, I'm not sure what you call it, multiple arms, I guess. It was only like 3 arms, and it just rotated. And I don't know if that's a typical header for combines for sunflowers or what, but it looked pretty cool. Although I did see quite a few combines or videos with combines with the corn header, which would make the most sense because they're nice, they're really tall plants. So I'm not using the whole head here. I don't want to get outside the combine because it just makes a heck of a noise, so just doing the headland here. But they are pretty interesting. Not too many people actually grow them in Canada. Not like this, at least, to the best of my knowledge. There are some people who do it. A lot of people do it just for the seed's sake, or just for the aesthetic pleasing sake, not necessarily for the full-on harvesting mode like this. But some farms will grow them just to sell them at a farmer's market as a flower more than anything else. And you can get different types of sunflowers and whatnot too, which is pretty interesting. So I'm going to need to set up. This is going to take longer than I thought it was going to take. Well, I should say, that's not exactly what I mean. I mean more along the lines of I'm going to need to unload this. That's what was going through my mind there. So this is a 12-meter head. So I'm going to go ahead and just set up a course play so I can unload it myself. I don't want to hire a worker for whatever reason. 11.5, starting corner, northeast, heading south, headlands before, generate course, and let's just set it to its nearest area. Okay, it's gonna miss that huge section right there. Alright, he's going a little too fast for my liking. Let's slow him down a little bit there. I don't know too many combines that would go through a field at 20 clicks. There we go, that's a bit more reasonable. Alright, so apparently it looks like black seed there, which is true, I suppose. Alright, so let's hop out of this and hop into our let's hop into the F-150 actually. So what we'll do is we'll do the same thing we did last time with the what was it? With the soybeans. So the storage area for the soybeans is actually on the southern half where the pigs are, and I don't have any storage facilities up here that will accept sunflowers. But our home base is up here. Oh geez. Our home base is up here, so I figured we might as well just plant some right here. Eventually we will need to get the standard head for our new combine. Oh, I can't see anything. Eventually we need to get the different head for the combine, just so we can go for all the different types of fruits available to us, which is nice. Actually, I don't need to do this with this little tiny thing. What am I doing? I have a big combine now. I don't need this Tinsy Wincy trailer anymore. I could totally use the Kenworth, which is way more efficient than going back and forth with this little thing. I'm just gonna take this over here, and I'll stick it in the back here for the time being. I'll fix that later. Let's hop in the Kenworth. Sheesh, I don't know what I was thinking. This is one of those times where I wish I had the load status or inspector mod, but I'm not that worried about it still. Alright. Oh, looks like he's getting full. Oh my goodness, I better go over there. I didn't think it was going to be this full. Oh, that's quite a big part he just missed there. Oh, I did start on the other side though. I forgot about that. Like the cool thing is about that particular combine is it does have a dynamic exhaust on it, so you'll definitely notice it. From a distance, I should say. Yeah, I'm going to need to clean that up in the end. Alright, so this should work. Perfect, it totally does. That looks like the canola seed. So because this is on course play, let's slow this down a little bit here. So because this is on course play, he will just keep going. And where's he going? We need to put this guy in. Wow, what is he doing? That's strange. I don't know why it's doing it like that. Even though I made a huge headland, I hope he doesn't get hit by the train. Oh gosh. Every single time I'm right there, the train decides to come. It's crazy. Alright. Looks like we're safe for now, so let's hop back into Kenworth. Alright. We need to go unload him still, actually, because he's not completely unloaded. We only got 2,800. And let's see if I can line him up. I wouldn't. I'm kind of glad some things do have wither wheels on it because it does make it a bit more realistic. Although it is a bit of a pain. Oh man, trying to get this speed. That's pretty close actually. Trying to get the speed lined up sometimes could be a bit of a pain. At least with the ELS limiter, it's not impossible. It's doable at least. I might have to do this before. Wow. This is a lot more sunflowers than I thought it was going to be. It didn't seem like so much on the other side because I just had the truck running back and forth the whole time, but like this, it seems like a lot. Interestingly enough, when you're in a combine and you're trying to unload it into a truck like this, not when you're driving through the crop, mind you, but when you're just trying to unload it, like you drive the combine to the truck and unload it, sometimes it can be kind of hard to line it up properly, and you do make some mistakes, which is unfortunate. But is that thing empty yet? Let's just go to the end of the row, and then we'll just drive off. Give him his space. There we go. Perfect. And apparently he needs a lot more space than that. Wow, why is that so ridiculous? Where is he going? I might have to hire a worker because that's taking a lot more space up than I thought it was going to. And I'm going to need to put him in a group. Why is he going so far? Wow, that's weird. I wonder why. It might be because of the corn head itself. I know with some corn heads that they don't always work well with the in-game stuff. Oh, there's a little bit of overlap there. I guess I can't make it any more precise than that. I would like it to be like 11.9, but I can't make it. So either 12 or 11.5. Oh, that's strange. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know much about sunflowers in terms of a harvesting crop like this game. But they do work really well for farmers markets and whatnot. Like, if you ever go to a farmers market and look at the prices of sunflowers, it's actually pretty ridiculous considering how cheap it is to grow them. Like, sunflowers themselves are probably one of the cheaper flowers to grow, to the best of my knowledge at least. I'm not an expert, but it is pretty silly when you think about it because you can sell like one flower for like a couple bucks, and like the seed was like 20 cents or something. So if you look at it in terms of math, like the markup's pretty ridiculous on it. So well, just the way it goes. One thing about these corn headers on this rolling land like this, it might become a problem going uphill because what will happen is it'll actually drag along the ground. I don't know why that is, but well, when you're using like a corn header like this, which isn't necessarily meant for this type of combine, why does it drive so far away? Wow. Oh no, that makes more sense. There we go. Jeez. Last time it drove way far away. It's still going to be right in the way of the train though. Yeah, so what happens is when it goes up a hill like we have right here, it might drag a little bit, and then it'll actually take the combine off course a little bit, which is kind of annoying, but that's weird. I wonder why it does that. Oh well. But the other reason why I set it up on course play is just because it uses, like I said before, it's more efficient than hiring a worker in a lot of cases, and because they do consume fuel anyways, it's not a big deal. So, but once it's heading down, once it goes down the other side, what I'll do is I'll hop back in the Kenworth, which I think is still running actually. I'll hop back in the Kenworth and I will unload it, and then we'll be close to 12 o'clock, which means we could probably drop some of this off in the Sunoco. I think it's what it's called at least. Alright, let's take a little peek at what's going on over here. He is full, probably because that bunker is full, I imagine. So let's set him up for bunker number 4. Apparently doesn't want to go this route. There we go. So let's hop in our... Yeah, we're not going to accelerate time. We're just going to let that do its thing. Let's check this to see where it's at. So I've continued... Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm continuing to do the chaff only for the sake of... I actually have a lot of slurry now. Now it's a bit more for money just to maintain a nice constant flow. It does still feel a little bit like cheating to me for some random reason, but... And I think that's because I don't normally do it, but it is a way of making money. I don't want to... like I said, I didn't want to show a lot of it, just because it would be kind of boring. So let's go ahead and compact this while we're here. But I've been keeping this up just so we can maintain a good amount of slurry. That's the first reason. The second reason is for the money. Now more than ever, because we just took out a huge loan to pay for our new combine. I probably could have just waited out time and used the BGA to get money basically. But I decided against it. I figured, well, I might as well just take out a loan and get that new combine before too much goes on basically. Didn't want to progress time too far forward, I should say, or else you probably wouldn't see some of the stuff that happened maybe. Like I've said in the past, I'm definitely not gonna show everything on camera just because I enjoy playing the game. So I tend to play a little bit off camera as well, but it also makes it so we actually make some progression. There we go. Blanket that. But also so you can see some progression as opposed to me just doing the same thing over and over again. I try and change it up a little bit. I don't want to show like harvest every single time, but it can definitely happen from time to time. So let's just park this guy on the side here. Lower the hydraulics. There we go. Turn him off. Alright, let's check back on our combine. Oh, he's heading the other direction. So let's hop in the Kenworth here and unload him. Looks like he has enough space at the end here now to turn around. I don't know why he went so far that time, but he did for some reason. So he's about how much? I think I saw he was like 60% full. So yeah, he's pretty close there. So this is the reason why I got this is because it took forever to harvest the rest of those soybeans off camera. So I decided, I'm like, well, might as well just bite the bullet and get this big combine here, because it would have taken forever to harvest these, especially with a really small combine as well, because we would have had to use the New Holland as opposed to the Dawn. So that was the other reason why as well. If it were, if it were the only field, or if it were a small, if it were a smaller field, I might have done it. but at its current size, it was just too big. It would have taken well, not decades, but it would have felt like decades basically. So, all right. So we set up our Kirovitz to do its thing. Let's hop back inside here. I do like the dynamic exhaust. So it does miss a little bit, even though I have it on course play, but a little tiny little bit. And theoretically, if you wanted to increase the harvest speed a little bit, you could set it faster, but I've set it at a reasonable pace just for realism's sake. I even think 13 kilometers an hour might be a bit quick. Last time I was in a combine, I think they were traveling at 6. I think it was between 4 and 6 miles an hour, which I have no idea what it is in kilometers. So I think it's close to this. So actually, I can just look here. What am I thinking of? Where is it? Yeah. So let's say we put it at 5. So this is a more realistic harvesting speed. But for obvious reasons, I haven't set it to this. So we'll just leave it where it was before. I think it was at 8. Yeah, so for obvious reasons, I don't do that just because it would take forever. And as much as I love playing this game, you know, sometimes it's an exercise in, you know, what's realistic versus what just takes too long, basically. So, well, it is consuming quite a bit of fuel doing this. We're at 977 liters already, which is a lot more than I thought I was going to use, but that's why we have our gas truck there. I may have to bust that out soon enough. Interestingly enough, with our planter and our John Deere 9630, it actually didn't even use a full tank of seed to plant this field, which kind of threw me off a little bit. When we did soybeans, it actually used quite a bit in comparison. So I suppose the reason being is that the seeds for sunflowers are smaller, but that makes no sense because I know how big sunflower seeds are. But I also know how big soybeans are, so that makes no sense either. Why is he going all the way up here? And I think that's the reason why I did that is because it didn't lift the head. So let's just lower the head here. And then, so that's one of the disadvantages of having this type of head. It's not meant for this combine itself, so I probably should be going maybe east-west instead of north-south, but it seems to be working relatively well going north-south for the time being, so maybe next time we'll go east-west. But the problem is, if you go east-west on this particular field, let me just show you. If you go east-west on this field, you'll run into the road, which is right here, and that's a pain. A big pain. Actually, now that we have this head, I can totally go down to field number 9 and cut the corn down there too, I guess. But it is going to be a bit interesting traveling down there, so that's something to think about as well. So now that we have a big combine, I need to think about transportation and how difficult it's going to be. So let's hop into Kenworth and let's just line this up here. So on this side it's fine, but on the other side it's not so fine. So I need to remember that little spot right there for next time. Alright, so let's just, well, we'll unload him on the go. Might as well. So heading south on this particular field, no problems, but heading north, going up that hill, it was a bit of a problem. So I don't know why, but it decided it wanted to be a problem that way. Alright, so let's just line up. There we go. One problem is you can't, if you're in the truck, you can't really see anything. So all you can really do is just, you know, try and maintain the speed. If you're doing this in real life, I mean, like in this game, obviously you can just go out and just look at like this. But if you're in the truck, you probably have like a walkie-talkie, and you're probably talking with the driver of the combine. Or the other option is they have a camera in the combine itself, and you can see, and the person driving the overloader or the truck can see. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna stop that combine for a second. Didn't want to hit the train because that's just madness when that happens, as I've mentioned in the past. There we go. Start him again, just like that. Apparently I was a little bit off. That's fine. Excuse me. So I think what I'm thinking is I'm not sure what the next big purchase is going to be. Like I said last episode, I'm thinking about buying a bigger field. So I think we're on episode, I want to say 13, 14, somewhere in that area. We do have 2 cows ready. Let me just bring that up. So we have 2 cows ready now, as opposed to 1. But we only bought 10 cows, but it took us, I don't know how many days for that to be ready. So we could. I think the next big upgrade we're gonna get is gonna be a new manure slurry tank, I should say, or a new cultivator. One of those two, because it takes a long time with a 50-meter spread. Like even on this one field, or this one big field, I should say, it takes a long time for those Abbey manure spreaders to do this whole field. I don't know. I think even with the transport, or the I should say the overloader, what do you call it? Basically the Crasfort tank. Even with that going, it took quite a few runs with that. So something to keep in mind. So I think that might be something to look into soon. So the great demand for sunflowers starts in about 7 minutes. So I don't think we're going to quite finish this field in 7 minutes, but we'll be pretty close. So I'm just going to go wait for this to... Is it going to work? Oh, it worked that time. Weird. I wonder why it's doing it sometimes, not other times. Kirovitz apparently is in traffic. Going to have to deal with that in a second. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of lifted up the combine a little bit there. That's just because of the head itself, which is annoying. It's meant for a Dute 7545, but I wish... one thing I wish I could find is a class head like this, so which had the nice graphic for harvesting corn, in like a 12-meter head, as opposed to only an 8-row, because you can get this is a, I think this is an 8-row. Yeah, 8 rows. I am sure, I know you can get it in like 12 rows, so I don't know. This just says 12 meters, so I'm not sure how many rows that actually is. So, all right, so let's go deal with this. That's 8 rows still, and that is not for the same thing at all. Alright, let's go deal with this Kirovitz, because apparently it's in traffic. Alright. So I accelerated time, and because I accelerated time, whoop, careful. Oh, that's close. Because I accelerated time, the grass grew back a little bit there. Wasn't paying attention to that. But it still loads this 60,000 liter tank, or this 60,000 liter forager, just as quick as any other one. So it does make it a bit quicker, but not crazy quick. So, oh well. All right, so let's hop back into Kenworth, and we're at 71%. So let's go unload him. We might be full at that point. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. Oh, that's interesting. That's a different, trying to figure out what, maybe that must be the canola chaff spread. Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Is there a train coming? No. Alright, so we're gonna unload him on the other side apparently. I wasn't quick enough. Oh well. C'est la vie. Now, if I had wither wheels on this truck, that would be a pain. As you saw, I totally forgot about the wither wheels on the 780 there. That was total my fail. I hate it when I do something like that. Because in reality, you would never drive a truck through your crop like this. You would drive a combine on the crop a little bit. And generally, where you would do that is probably in the entrances. Like, for example, this summer when I was able to see canola get harvested, one of the things they had to do was drive a little bit on the crop just to get it, just to position the combine, basically. And getting a header off a trailer with a narrow entrance is is pretty interesting to watch, actually. We actually had to take a fence post out We had to remove the fence post so we could get the header in. I think it was only a 30-foot header on the combine. It was a John Deere 9860, I think it was. But it was pretty darn big. 30 feet, how many meters is that? 2.2 or 2 meters? Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is right now. 1 meter is how many feet? 3 feet, I think it is. So 10 meters, I guess it would be. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna have to check that after the episode. It's gonna bother me all night now. Alright, so we're just gonna unload him right to the end here. I'm just gonna go unload ourselves. Looks like we're good. So let's veer away here and let's hop in the cab here, and let's just make sure he's turning around okay. No. It's gotta be the hill. And this is also a combine you need to wash as well, so I may need to pick up a power washer. I did it in the last episode, or last season I should say, so I may have to do it again this season. We'll see. There we go. Good. He should be fine going there and coming back. So let's go drop off. Actually, we can probably fill this up a little bit more. 94%. We need to go that way anyways, because the Sunoco's by the Gibi or however you pronounce that. Alright. Let's try and get a bit closer. I can see the side of the combine, or the corn header there, but I don't know where the back of the truck is, or the tipper. Oh, there he is. 97%. So we're just gonna go and fill up until we get 100%. I totally forgot that the Sunoco place was over down here, and this is perfect because it's gonna hit 12 o'clock when we finish this row. And we can drop off 47,000 liters of sunflowers and hopefully make a pretty penny, because I believe sunflowers are already like $400 a ton. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Let's head over to the road here to be on the safe side. There we go. Doesn't look like the train's coming. Excellent. Alright, so it's gonna pop over to 12 o'clock pretty soon here, and then we're gonna be able to sell our sunflowers. Sunoco. So this is the... I need to think about this now. Oh, totally not where I thought it was gonna be. Okay, the Agronesia. Oh. Well then. What's the other... I think the Agronesia is down the bottom. I totally forget. What's the other thing that's on sugar beets? Alright, we'll take a little bit of a cruise then, I guess. Alright, nice wide turn there. And then we'll head south on this road, because I don't want to go through town. Oops, that's not where I want to go. Sorry if there's anybody behind me. I can't tell because the mirrors don't work. Alright, so we're going to go drop this off. And I believe there's an exit up here I can turn left down. Yes, this one right here, I believe. Perfect. So let's hop off the beaten trail here. And I believe... So let's just put it up to 50 clicks cruising speed. There we go. Get away from the logs there. And I believe there's a bridge up here soon, so we'll just cross this bridge up here. The reason why I came down this way because I didn't want to go through town, basically, is what I boiled down to. Because driving this truck in town can be a little bit annoying sometimes, and the trailer will bounce all over the place sometimes, so that's the other reason. Alright, there's the... Let's take a nice wide turn here, and I have to be careful because this is all mud here. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at the sign. What does that say? Nothing. That's helpful. Alright, let's take a nice wide turn here. I believe the place we need to go is down here. And what we'll do is we'll head south on this little part right here. This is a nice little area of the map. Eventually we'll try and get down here eventually. I can't guarantee we'll get all the places on this map, but we'll try and get a few more fields. So what I thought might be 30 episodes might not necessarily be 30 episodes. We'll see. I do enjoy this map quite a bit, so that is reason. Whoa. That is reason to play on it a bit longer. But I have an idea for the next map already, and I already have a concept, let's say. Strangely enough, so. And we'll discuss that later. Right now we're still enjoying this map, so I'm not that worried about it. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is the Agronesia over here. Let's just kick it up a notch here. It's a back road. Cops aren't going to find out that we're doing 80 clicks on a dirt road. Alright, so let's get away from those ruts there, because they're going to make our truck go all over the place. Perfect. We do need to be careful because we do need to get back to our combine, which is probably doing something silly now. So what we'll do is we'll get to this area up here, verify that it is the right area. I'm pretty sure it is. Don't know why it wouldn't be, but you'd think I know where these places are. So we can come down here actually and harvest this corn with our new corn header as well. That's a possibility. And then we could just sell it right here. Alright, is this the right place? Let's just hop out of the truck and take a look. Yes. So we're just going to leave the truck there. Let's back it off the road here first. And let's check out our combine. Yes, that's what I thought was going to happen. How did you manage to get stuck all the way up there? Whoa. Well, I guess that's one way to deal with it. Disadvantage, I suppose. Disadvantage of not paying attention. I did have a feeling I was going to do that, mind you, so. Alright, so let's set it back on a course plate here. Of course, in real life, your combine would never flip into the air like that. But, alas, this is Farming Simulator, and it does do that from time to time. Alright, so we're going to drive across the road and take a nice wide turn here. No cars are coming. Good. Alright, so let's see what the current price of sunflower actually is. $825 per ton, which is good. Because we have 47,000 liters, which really doesn't help you when you sell things in tons, but whatever. Alright, so let's see how much we get. So we do need to pay back our loan, remember, and our current loan is at $135,000. So let's sell this and see how much we get. So a lot more than I thought we were going to get, actually. So we went from 16, we're at 60, 70, 80, 90. So yeah, we might actually be able to pay off our loans. Let's go ahead and pay a little bit off right now. Don't like having a loan. Let's take our balance down to 8 grand. And then we have 45,000 left to pay. Take a nice wide turn here, and let's head back to the farm. Let's just drive this way. No cars, good. So what we'll do is take a different route there. Back to the farm because we know where this is the right place. Alright, let's go grab some more sunflowers. So I think what I'll do is I'll let that combine run and I'll finish the episode here. And what I'll do is I'll sell the rest of those sunflowers off camera. How far is he? It's about halfway now, so yeah, I think I'll stop the episode here. I don't want to show a whole combining episode. Maybe not for this one, but maybe in the future we'll do that. Maybe we'll be able to show an overloader and all that jazz too, which is pretty cool when you can get to that level. Alright, so let's just hop out of the truck and I'll finish the episode. Alright, so my name is Ian Robson. We're playing Farming Simulator 2013 and we are on the Serbian farm harvesting sunflowers. There's our nice R. Morris Inc. Kenworth. And what we'll do is I'll catch you guys later with a view of an airplane driving by. Alright guys, catch you later.